Hello, tubers and tubettes. My name is David, and I live in Northern California. Just wanted to give you an update on my day. Today is going to be a little bit crazy. I have to get to a lab this morning to do my blood tests for my rheumatoid arthritis and my diabetes. So got to do a blood test every so often, so I'm on my way there, and I thought I'd make a little video. So been doing pretty good on my exercising. It's really hard to stay motivated, but it's the most motivated I've been in a while by just writing everything down. But also at the same time, I've been really busy with the pool estimates. They've been coming in pretty good, so it's keeping me busy. My goal for the year in terms of pool sales was to sell 30 pools, and I've sold 11, so I have 19 to go. And that's pretty good when you figure last year was a bad year, and that the whole year I sold 13. So definitely off to a better start. Now they're starting to dig pools, and so my income is going up. That's good. But I have some debt to pay off, and I've been buying a little bit of stuff on eBay, some just extra money to spend, so it's been kind of fun. And last month I sold 4 pools. That was in April. And in May I've just sold the 1. But the last pool I sold was actually pretty good. It was an older lady, a black lady. She's was a pharmaceutical sales rep for like 35 years. And I have to give her a lot of credit. I mean, she has to be very smart to do that. She said she actually was able to be a pharmaceutical rep when there wasn't a requirement for a degree. So that means it's a hard job. You have to be super smart. So in talking to her, I could tell that she was. And she wanted to have a pool with a spa, and putting a waterfall on one side. It's kind of my typical thing that I do, but we made it big. So she wanted a big pool. She's in the house by herself. Her daughter is there right now because she's off from college, but it basically is her. Maybe not the wisest decision to put a pool in, but she's got the cash to do it, and it's something that she always wanted. So that's where we're going on that. I've already got that plan drawn up and got her all signed up. Like I said, it's a cash deal. So I'm going to be turning that in this morning. But I've already sent the plans to the job superintendent, so he'll be starting on those. On my exercise program, I did 2 months of 10,000 steps a day and really restrictive diet. Then I did 2 months of weight training every other day. There are a couple of times I went a little bit over. Sometimes it's hard to get back into that because it just requires a lot of effort to lift. Rather than walking steps, I can be pretty lethargic and I can still walk around. But when I finish my second month, so 4 months into my exercise program, I just couldn't go back to the starvation diet and the 10,000 steps. So I've just extended my weightlifting program for another two months, and I'll be done. And that 2 months will be over on 7/11, July 11th. So it's been nice because I've been able to eat better and healthier. But I also been cheating a little bit because I noticed that on I'm really feel weak when I'm not having some sugar or some carbs. So, but overall, I'm still doing good, and can tell that I'm getting bigger and feel better. I started back on my YouTube videos last night. Got up late at night, and I had kind of backed away from it for a while. I think it's just, you think that things might go faster, you might get more subscribers, people might find you more, and it isn't that way. It's kind of like a long run, rather than a short sprint. So just kind of had backed off for a while. And some of it did have to do with being busy with pool estimates, and that's really what stopped me before. But I put up like 3 videos last night, and I've got a bunch of videos to still put up. In terms of some of the things that I bought on eBay, I've been buying a lot of bottles, soda bottles. That all started with my mom. When I was growing up, we were poor, So I just remember being poor. And one of the things my mom and I would do, and my mom is the one, I guess, who's got started into it, was we lived out in the high desert, and we would start going around looking for bottles. And you basically just go on people's property, and there might be an old house or something, and you just go out there and start looking around, especially after a rain, because sometimes the tin cans would deteriorate and cause the ground to go down, and that might show you like an old outhouse or an old well, because the rain would cause the cans to rust a little bit more, and then you'd see this indentation in the sand. And so we would find a lot of really cool stuff. One of the things that we really liked to try to find was these Big Chief Coca-Cola bottles. But I remember it was so hard to find one intact, because back in the day, after the person drank it, they would usually stick it on top of a post, where they had the barbed wire running across there, and then they would shoot it with maybe a 22 for target practice. So some places we found them, we found hundreds of them, but they were all broken, or at least chipped. Sometimes just falling off the post would cause it to break. They're super heavy duty bottles. And so finally, after finding a lot of chipped ones, my mom and I never really found a nice one. I just, for some reason, I think it was around her 80th birthday, decided to go on eBay, and I found 2 Big Chief bottles on there, which are in pristine condition, because it'd been something that someone had stored away. They were never even buried. So I got one for my mom, and I got one for me. And then after my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and we were going through her stuff, that was one of the things that meant something to me. Did not mean anything to my sister, and it's just my sister and I are the only ones left now out of our family. So I said, yeah, I would like to have that Big Chief bottle back. And I had it on my countertop by my sink. And actually there was another one that she did find, and or I can't remember if I found it or she found it, but it was called a soda called Classy with a K, Klassy, and the bottle is super decorative. So I thought about, I wouldn't mind making a mold of that and then seeing if I could make it in clear polyester resin. So I ordered that on eBay, and I got that, and then I started looking for other bottles, soda bottles that I saw in there. I got a couple of them that are from Hawaii, because I really love Hawaii, and And these are bottles I would have never found where I grew up. And I got a couple of other ones like Orange Crush. Got another one like a swirl bottle. And I probably am going to share it on my YouTube videos. I'll probably do a sit down with it. I found one that was a soda bottle that was purple in color. And so they call it amethyst. So that came about originally. A lot of bottles were green, and the green bottles had a lot of iron in it. And they say that women that would can foods and stuff did not like to see their peaches or whatever they were canning. They didn't like to see them in mason jars that were green. So they ended up putting magnesium into the glass, and the magnesium caused it to be clear. But then when they'd sit outside, the ultraviolet light from the sun would cause them to turn purple. So I never found a purple soda bottle, so I ended up buying one. I think I probably bought like 10 bottles altogether, but I was really looking for pristine bottles that were just perfect. You know, some of them were buried and somebody found them and they were a little dirty on the inside, but most of the ones I got are really pristine. And then my idea is to use silicone resin to create a mold and then pour in polyester clear resin to create an exact replica of the bottle, but of course it would be solid. So I don't know, for some reason I just think that would be fun to do. I haven't done any yet, but I have all the materials now to do it. So that's one of the things I'm doing, in addition to finding some car parts. I am building a 66 Batmobile, and as I was looking in Craigslist a couple days ago, I saw there was a pair of seats. He said that they're from a BMW, and it's the weirdest thing I've seen because the seats are black and they had red tubing, you know, for the seams. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, that looks just like a 66 Batmobile seat. And so I went up yesterday and I met with the guy and I ended up buying them. It was 2 seats that look to be where they're supposedly from a BMW. And I ended up getting them. And it was a score because it was only $40 for both seats. Can't imagine anybody else wanting them, but I did send it to my buddy and I said, does this look like a Batmobile seat from a 66 Batmobile? And he was like, oh my God, that does look like it. So it would have been very odd for somebody to just buy it randomly. So I got those, cleaned them up, stuck them in the back of my Hummer. So they're there right now being stored. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know about some of the things I'm doing, and I'll get more into depth with it. It's just that I was able to clear 3 videos yesterday, so that leaves me a little more room on my phone. So I wanted to start making some more videos and get back into it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much.